This is the old governor's mansion in Milledgeville, Georgia. It was built in 1839 and it was declared a National Historic Landmark in 1973.
Where our education building is the original location of the carriage and stable house. So this brick walkway here actually still follows the same exact path. It still curves around as it would if they were to pull the carriages through. Now our director parks there, so we use the best parking spot. There was also an outdoor bathhouse and privy, no indoor plumbing, so you guys will also see chamber pots as we go inside. There was a chicken coop as well as livestock that grazed on the grounds. The governor did like fresh game for his stable. Right here. This is also the original beehive oven that goes the whole way back, which is unique to cooking during the time period. This is where they would bake a lot of the breads and the pastries. You had to be extremely skilled during this because there really wasn't a timer or a thermometer to test the temperature of the oven. I don't know how long you had stuff in there. So you had to be extremely skilled at baking to make sure you did not burn the bread or anything else for the governor and his family. We do know of the cook under the Brown administration. Her name was Celia. Celia actually had both her daughter Emma and her son Cornelius also worked for the Browns as a member of their enslaved staff. And she was said to have been so skilled that she could place her hand right here and know whether her oven was hot enough and that her breads were done.
This is Mary Ann Lamar Cobb's powder room. She was married to Howell Cobb, which was the governor of Georgia from 1851 to 1854. They would wear hoop skirts in this room and gossip while they were getting ready.
So when William T. Sherman and the rest of the Union Army came into town, they basically came to a shell of the Capitol. This had been emptied. Now, the generals themselves stayed here in the mansion. Most of the troops actually stayed across the river. But when they stayed here for the one night that they were in Milledgeville, we do know that they bunked in this room. And this is where they slept. We do have a little portrait of Sherman right there and a bedroll to kind of symbolize that part of its history. And we also know that they actually suppressed a riot that was happening on what is today Front Campus of Georgia College, but was back then a penitentiary. So the penitentiary inmates, some had been released to help Brown move the furniture, some had been released to go fight in the Confederate Army. Those who had not been released were not very happy they were not released. So they actually held a riot in the confusion of the Union Army came in. They had set fire to the penitentiary, some of them got out, they set fire to things in the local community. And it was actually the Union Army that put out the fire in the penitentiary because they wanted its supplies. The Union Army was ever growing as it made its way through Georgia, and they needed as much supplies as they could get. So
this is the waiting room where people would wait to speak to the governor. People would often be intimidated by the grand scale of the roof.